It started on a quiet Tuesday morning. I was working on the fencing out by the south pasture when a black SUV rolled up my gravel driveway. No markings, no plates, just tinted windows and a clipboard-wielding guy in a knockoff security uniform. Behind him came two more men dressed like mall cops in tactical vests with community enforcement patches. It was clear something wasn't right. They got out, swaggering like they were SEAL Team 6, and announced they were from the HOA Compliance Task Force. I don't live in an HOA. That was my first red flag. The so-called captain told me they'd received a complaint about unauthorized firearms on the premises and that they were authorized to inspect and confiscate any unregistered weapons per HOA regulations. I almost laughed out loud, but I didn't. I've seen too much nonsense in my life to take anything lightly. See, I served in the U.S. Navy for 8 years, and one thing I learned, when someone flashes a badge without authority, you don't argue, you document and de-escalate. I politely asked for their ID and legal authority. They refused. That's when I asked if they had a warrant. The leader scoffed and said, "We don't need a warrant. This land is under HOA oversight." I stepped back and said calmly, "This is private property outside your jurisdiction. Leave now or you'll be detained for impersonating law enforcement." They started circling my truck, clearly stalling, maybe hoping I'd get flustered. Instead, I walked to my porch, triggered my security cams, and used my radio to call the sheriff directly. Small town benefits. While waiting, I went full Navy protocol, documented their vehicle, recorded their faces, and calmly repeated that they were trespassing and impersonating officers. When the sheriff arrived, it was game over. Turns out these guys were a bunch of HOA board members from the neighborhood 2 miles over, trying to play militia because they'd seen my gun safe being unloaded last week. All 3 were arrested on the spot for impersonating law enforcement, trespassing, and attempting unlawful seizure of property.